You all ready?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody? Okay. 5:30, welcome to the City of Manistee Planning Commission for July 9th, 2026. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And I'm going to do something a little different tonight. Before we go into roll call, I'm going to ask for a moment of silence for Roger Yoder. Roger was a mentor and a friend to all of us, almost 42 years with the city. There's nobody in the world that could do that. And I just ask for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Slavinsky,
Here.
Commissioner Zemansky,
here,
Commissioner McBride,
Here.
and Chair Whitliff.
Here, thank you. Approval of agenda. At this time, the Planning Commission can take action to approve the July 9th, 2026 agenda. Is there a motion? Motion. By Bob, second.
I'll second.
By Marlene, discussion. None. Please take roll.
Commissioner Slavinsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Zemansky,
yes.
Commissioner McBride,
Yes.
Chair Whitliff.
Yes, thank you. Conflict of interest. If there's any commissioner with any conflict on tonight's agenda, I would ask that you please raise your hand. Any? None? Okay. Approval of minutes. This time the chair will ask for a motion to approve the minutes from the June 4th, 2026 meeting. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mick, second by Bob. Discussion? None? Please take roll.
Commissioner Slavinsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Zemansky,
Yes.
Commissioner McBride,
Yes.
and Chair Whitliff.
Yes, thank you. Correspondence has been shared with the Planning Commission and will not be read aloud tonight. Speakers, we have none. That next month we'll have Laura Heinzelman from the Manistee County Foundation. And public hearings, we have none. And public comment on agenda-related items. If anyone that has a comment on tonight's agenda, please come to the podium. You have up to 5 minutes. And please, no interaction with the audience. Anyone? None? Okay. New business, light industrial district, future zoning conversation.
So we have Ryan here. He was at the last meeting for the Gluczewski amendment and parcel split. I thought we could potentially have a longer conversation about that. Since we don't have any action items tonight, it would be a good time to just sort of converse. He's here tonight as well. He is looking to develop the southern parcel, the one that was split off. It's roughly 3 acres. And he is open to the idea of a residential included mixed use potentially project in that space. I included the future land use section for light industrial in the master plan that was recently adopted, and it does ultimately align with that. I know that he sort of touched on it last month, but I wanted to just have a group conversation and see what the thoughts are before we move further.
Okay. Ryan, could you come up, please? And just, I know you spoke last month, but if you want to refresh our minds, we appreciate it.
We recently were able to split off the 3 acres there, and we were primarily looking to develop a commercial warehouse space into suites to bring some small businesses in there. But I do know that there would be a lot of interest to add a residential piece in some way, shape, or form. And certainly it makes the development easier and funding easier. And I think there's some cool things on my side of it with a small construction business and some partners who are developers. So that's, yeah, in a nutshell, kind of what we would like to see in some way. And and maybe there's a path and after the new master plan on how that would look and what we could do there that would fit well, considering the neighbors and Dunes Drive and all of that.
Yep.
Too, so.
Have you had an opportunity to talk to any of the neighbors to kind of get a feel for what they would prefer and kind of what kind of configuration they would be more accepting to?
Oh, no, I didn't get that far with them. I don't run across any of them very much, but I do see with the cannabis grow, we do talk to Myotech on a weekly basis and things like that. So I just know from before how important it was to those residents that it looked more residential. So that's why we left the building that way and in ensuring like the landscaping would make it so it's very private and that too. But no, I didn't have any further concept because I don't have a full concept on exactly what I would do there. I know there's a approval for 10,000 square foot ground level buildings, and we had initially thought if we could do this that we would split it up into 1,000 to 2,000 square foot suites. On the commercial side, like 1,200 to 1,400 square foot commercial suites, either to rent or purchases at condos, are like the fastest moving real estate on the commercial side of it. And I've got a bunch of buddies through the construction company, contractors, of all sorts, electricians, HVAC guys that would love to use and have commercial warehouse space in the city. So that's kind of how it came about.
Just my gut feeling is that I think that the residents would probably prefer residential versus, at least on that water facing side of your property,
Right.
would prefer housing versus commercial properties, especially if they were, again, in relative cost to the property values. I mean, condos perhaps.
Yeah.
And, but no, at this time, you've had no conceptual ideas of how you would like to develop the residential side?
I've looked at all sorts of ideas after kind of talking with the city staff a little bit, but nothing, nothing very concrete.
Okay.
Yeah. The residential side, as you said, would really add a piece where I think a lot of people find more use, and maybe it's even quieter in that area as well. So, yeah.
And it gives you a little bit of a buffer between that and the commercial side of the property.
And I think also the thought would sort of be as a special use, not necessarily mixed use permitted by right, so it would still notify the neighbors and hold a public hearing. But I have the list of current uses here, and it's pretty broad, I would say, for an industrial district, and I don't think mixed use would necessarily stand out too much against some of these things compared to the general industrial district.
Marlene, you have anything?
No?
No?
You answered all my
Okay.
questions.
Robert?
I'm fine with things on it so far. Everything looks like it's moving forward.
Ryan, I like the idea of having these, your industrial condos, having job shops that can create, maybe 5, 10 jobs. And if you
By,
have 5, you get 10 people in each, that's 50 new employees
in my blood.
that we don't have today currently.
They could live right across the street.
Yeah.
And I've been talking about that for a long time, to have these job shops. Cadillac has a number of them that they employ, 5, 10, 20 people. And that's what we need in here, because we're not gonna get the smokestack industry in Manistee anymore, I don't think. That has 300-400 people. So we need the job shops. I like that idea, and I like the residential also, so.
Thank you, guys.
Any timelines?
We would start as I have some things I'm booked out like 6 months, but we would prioritize this project for us as a small company. You have to start, you know, whenever we could seek approval, I think.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So, any other thoughts? We're, you know, doing basically a straw poll here, right?
Well, if anyone has any concerns immediately, I mean, it would be a zoning amendment, probably administratively, since it aligns with the master plan, and that's ultimately what we want to be moving towards. And then go through that process, and then, like Ryan said, whenever he's got a more concrete plan, and we'll continue discussions within the department, and
Now, would that be a 2-year, once that's granted, a 2-year process?
Yeah.
2 year?
yeah, so
Okay.
all the special uses and PUDs, when Katie was here, she amended it to have a 2-year.
All right. Okay.
They were gonna put
I don't know, I like the idea.
And again, it's another, you know, we're making some progress with rentals, we're making some progress with, you know, some home building, but this would also, I think, lend another level of opportunities for people to become residents of Manistee in the city.
I agree.
And there's not that many opportunities for new properties, so.
Yeah.
And this obviously is a very desirable piece of property, I would think.
And there's always companies always still looking for storage space for
Yep.
inventories and stuff.
Yes.
There's just
Yep.
a great shortfall on that.
I agree. Marlene, anything?
No?
No? Okay. So we could, you know, move forward with it
Yeah.
then? Okay. Sounds very good. Old business, we have none. Public comments, communication, if there's anyone in the audience that has anything, please come up. No? Nobody? Okay. Go to staff.
I shared a permit list and a certificate list for where we're at for the year. It feels like a long time since the June meeting, so I can't remember if I gave a complete update, but we did award 5 new houses for the chill grant. The state granted an additional extension so that we can use up the excess funding. So when we scaled the projects down to avoid the lead testing, or when households chose to not test for lead, essentially, we had to scale the scope of work down, and we had quite a bit of remaining funds. And so our MISTA rep recommended that we seek another extension and find additional households to award funding to. So we currently have 6. We are hoping, no, 5. We're hoping to take on a 6th. We've been pulling from the original applicant pool, so we didn't reopen for applications.
That's what I was gonna ask, is if, because it seemed like we had a significant pool that had not been funded prior.
We did. We actually struggled quite a bit getting people to come back in and reapply and refill out the documents. Jackie had 10 maybe that applied.
Yeah, yep, initially and about half.
Yeah, about half qualified, between all of the different requirements that MISTA has. But we called about everyone on the list, and 5 were ready and still eligible.
Great.
Okay, very good. Yeah, the permit list is quite comprehensive, so, yeah, did a nice job.
Well, thank you. BSNA. Just click a button.
Well, you know,
Anytime.
have anything? Come on.
Chill grant. That's all I'm working on, chill grant, so,
All right,
You and
Okay.
Mr. Gamble.
yeah, yes,
We've received
Answering.
quite a bit of reimbursement
yes.
so far.
good. Meetings and training by members. Bob?
Nothing lately. Nope.
What?
Yeah, that's right.
You have your data center to do, you know.
I know I gotta finish that one. I got to part of it.
Okay. Nick?
Went and looked at some manufactured homes up in, for Habitat for Humanity up in Petoskey. They have a fairly large project that they were working on, and they had a company called Richcraft that was manufacturing homes. pretty nice. I mean, I think our group thought that they could be a little bit more curb appeal, but very affordable, between 190 and 250,000 for the homes, depending on their where they sat as far as financially, between 80% and 120. You know, at 80%, the home would be about $190,000. And if you were at 120, we could go up to about 250 for these homes, but nicely done. Nice.
It's like a Boca home?
A little bit better than that. I
Okay.
mean, they're, like I said, they meet all the building code requirements. You know, they have 2x6 exterior walls.
Nice.
Some of the finishes that they chose were on the less expensive side so that they could meet the, you know, the affordability for the clientele. But it gave us some ideas. I mean, Habitat, we're looking at possibly doing a couple of projects, so we're looking at different sources. But it was worth going up.
How's the house on Fifth?
We've got all of we just got our last, our inspection from the city for the framing. That's been completed. There was a couple of questions that had to be answered, and it's now insulated, and we're waiting on the drywall a week from today, I think. So then we'll start finishing up, and siding will go in shortly after probably about the same time as they start the drywall, and we'll have the
Is
siding.
that a two-bedroom house?
It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath,
Okay.
1,100 square foot, but it's got a full basement and it's got a exit window, so theoretically, the homeowner on their own can build another bedroom and have, you know, again, another, you know, almost 900 square foot of living space.
Sure.
So it does have an egress window then?
Yes, and it also, we have the rough plumb for another bathroom in the basement. So we try to do that whenever we build. And again, that's one of the things we're looking at for some of these other homes is, you know, you have a 4-foot crawl space, but, you know, if you go 8 foot, now you've given them a basement, you know, with the potential for additional living space. So it's all about trying to make those costs affordable for people, because it's not cheap anymore to
No,
build
it
a home.
isn't.
It's doubled since 2019 to now. It's doubled in cost for us, at least for Habitat.
So those homes that you looked at, they didn't have garages with them, did they?
No, normally, Habitat, you know, again, we build for people, not for cars, so, and because it's anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 you're adding on that mortgage. And that's the idea, is to make it so that they can own a home for less than they would pay rent. That's really the goal. And then when we build a home, they're built to the point where your utility bills are much, much less than anything that you would normally buy as a rental. Our homes that we built in East Lake, the average utility bill was $75 a month. Now, they had their own septic and water.
Yeah.
$75 a month is what they were paying for utilities.
Heat's the big one, so, yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
Bob?
Not a lot, just got contacted by some people wanting me to look into some things for them, and they haven't revealed to me yet what they got in mind. They're just putting some feelers out for me to do some site works on places, and they don't want me to say anything until they can decide they're gonna do anything.
But your data center, you'll get that done, right?
If my phone ever stops ringing, yes, I can get that.
You can turn that off. Let it go to voicemail.
It was $10.
It's what?
It was $10 whole dollars.
I know, I got part of it done,
Which part?
about the first 15 minutes.
All right. Marlene, have you done the data center?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Marlene, I can have you come here sometime and watch it if you want.
I'm sorry,
I can have you come here and watch it if,
that would work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call you.
I think it's pretty good. It's,
Let me
gives you a
know.
lot of information.
Okay, I
I'll
will.
try to come in at the same time, watch it.
All right. Well, we'll go back to member discussion. Marlene, you have anything for us today?
I had a couple people tell me that they were over by the Olson's lot back there, and there's several pieces of property that it's like quicksand, you go above your knees with, down into the dirt. And I just wondered if that soil has all been retested and what the status was on that.
You have anything, Maddie?
They probably won't retest it aside from the soil borings they took, and they'll evaluate once they dig to build. But people shouldn't be walking on private property to dig their feet in the sand, so.
And way they were gonna construct, they were going to use,
Healy Piers.
yeah, the piers, the drill piers, and
They
then build.
know there's sand
So,
there.
so they would, if, they're gonna go down until that pier stops. So they're gonna have
They're gonna have a good solid base.
good solid base before they do any construction. And they were already talking about having a crawl space that the piers would set on, so.
And you guys included that as a condition, was
So
the crawl
there shouldn't be
spaces.
Any problems with the construction?
Yeah.
Anything else, Marlene?
No.
Nope. Okay. Mick?
Oh, one question. Have we heard any more about the condo project on Maple Street? What was that, Maple and Fourth?
Maple and Fifth.
Fifth and Maple?
Yeah, that's, okay. Because that
I haven't heard
seemed
a
like
thing.
like a great project, so I'm just curious if there was any movement at all, so.
I can try and reach out to the
Yeah,
developer,
I know
but
cost was becoming an issue
I
with
think-
that project, but I'm just curious.
yeah, I don't know if they've pursued it any further after approval.
No, he's still, I talked to him a couple months ago, and he's still looking at funding for it, so. Bob?
Nothing really in particular standing out yet, it's just, like I said, I've been getting calls from people wanting me to come up with proposal for projects for site plans,
Okay.
for preliminary sites, and, I'm not hearing anything back yet, so that's all what some people have in mind, I have not a clue. They're just telling me what they'd like me to do.
And not say. Okay.
Just
All right. I got a few things normally. One, the biggest one is, my displeasure with the city and city council for not honoring Roger. I mean, the man, again, 42 years with the city, volunteered his time, and nothing came from the city. That's just disgusting. So, the only one from council that came was Mr. Grabowski. So, and I thanked him. I think we all did, but just not happy with the city right now. Poor, very poor. Commercial signs in the right-of-way, yard sale signs. I wish the police would get rid of these things. They're growing. It's absurd how many there are out there now. We have sign ordinances and they don't do anything, so I hope they watch this tonight or tomorrow, so. Sibbon Street building, 3rd and Sibbon will be down, I think around August 15th. It's a big plus for that area. And then on Saturday, the 18th, TJ's Black Party
Yeah.
will be happening, so. With that, it is 5:54 and I'll ask for an adjournment.
I'll make a motion. Wow, this is a record.